Hello there, traveler. Come a little closer. I'm audio bad. I have a special viewer request to show you. JCZU0S2W5XDFH says, "Good evening. Looking forward to seeing the tutorial. Haven't seen the vid yet. Just wanted to say I have
something feels missing. Something's not right. I had it all written, but the ink never dried.
Do you have the best tutorials?
Out the page. What do I?
Toilets. He wants toilets. He wants to know how to make toilets in No Man's Sky, specifically on Corvettes. My friend is too good to poop in the planters. He requests the blueprints to a porcelain throne. Me personally, I just poop right on the floor. And then I eat it. He also wants to know how to seal off walls. Literally, no problem. And sorry this video took so long. I actually had this recorded for a while, but I forgot to turn the mic on when I recorded it. I ended up re-recording that whole thing. Then I got really burnt out for a while and decided to play Mega Bonk for a week straight. Lost my hands making this video. I'm a mess. Robot hands. I can't feel my dick. Can you look at this real quick?
Like and subscribe.
Thanks. Now, before we build this bathroom, we need something to put this bathroom in. So let's go ahead and create a new Corvette. I got a great idea. You're gonna love this. Good enough. Let's go check it out. So the first thing we're going to do is explore how to close these walls off. And it's really quite simple. There's a lot of ways you can do it. You can take any of these items and just place it in the doorway. One of the examples I've used before is the standing planter. We can place this right here centered, center as you like. If you want to get rid of these gaps, you can grab the tied drapes, shrink them so they're not poking through the ceiling. You can place them on either side, just like so. And if you don't want this vegetation in your room, you want it to be a little more sterile, the smoothest wall we have is the flat panel. So we'll be using that. Grab a server, make it a little bit bigger so that we can at least cover up half the doorway with it. Doesn't really need to be sideways, but the side is wider. I'll place it about halfway into the door frame, just like so. I'll grab the flat panel, make it bigger. You can place it just like so. I'm gonna copy my server, put it in this frame too. You can also just make this server bigger and block the door like that if you wanted to, but then you'd probably have a big old chunky boy sticking out into your room. But if you wanted like a server room and that doesn't bother you, you can do something like that. Or you could turn this into another type of piece of furniture. Like we could turn this into like a fridge or an entertainment center, depending on what kind of room you want to put there. I'm going to keep it simple and use my flat panels. So we're just going to place this in the middle and one on the other side too. Use these lines on the ground for your guide. Copy this, place it right about there and there. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty close. We could even line these up more. Yeah, like that. Make it as even as you like. I'm gonna do that on both sides. That's close enough. And then on the outside here, place that right about there. Shrink this down a bit. We'll do vertical panels here. Okay, let's actually put this here. I'm gonna copy my servers all the way over. All right, we're gonna do vertical panels. I want these roughly the same height as the horizontal panels. Let's go with this. If you stack them just right, they look so smooth. I'll put this one only halfway across. So I want space for the doorway. What are you doing? Stop it. Just fucking turn. What the hell's the problem? I'm gonna use this one as a step. I'm gonna copy this forward just a bit. Not too much. Just enough so that when we shrink this down, that it lines up to two sides. That's really uneven. Just how I like it. Delete, delete, delete. For sure these are even, so what I'll do, this nice and lined up, turn it a bit, just like that. Delete, 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 delete. You can delete these other servers too if you want. Delete. Alright, now we have a big white room. And you can move these in more if you want to get rid of this stuff, but you will be working with less space. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover this doorway. Grab a timber shelving unit. We're going to do a traditional cloth door. Grab the opulent tapestry. And we're just going to place it right inside of your panels just like this. Delete the shelf. And now you should have a nice clean door, sort of. I mean, it's really the only option we have that is opaque, but can be walked through. And you can put panels out here too. If you really want to cover this up, and just copy pasta these, you know, if you really wanted to. Me personally, I'm just gonna leave it as is. I kind of like this look. So now let's start with the basics. Grab a worktop. I'm just gonna shrink this just a little bit. Place it right here, just like so. Grab a vintage tap. No. Grab another flat panel. I'm gonna shrink this just a bit. Get it kind of centered a bit. And then we're gonna flip it around, just like so. Get it as centered as you like. And this will be our mirror. This is actually a reflective surface, sort of. It's kind of shiny. You can tell better out here when there's more light. Speaking of light, grab a tube light. I'm gonna shrink this a bit. Put this right above the mirror, just like so. Over to your furnishings. Grab a vintage tap. We're gonna place it right here, as centered as you like. Grab a vintage cooking pan. And we're gonna place that right here. And we have a sink. Put a teapot next to it. Use your imagination. Pretend it's like a soap dispenser. Grab an insulated flask. Put it right here. This could be like our mouthwash. Little vintage tumbler. Then you can also make this bigger and use it as a wastebasket. Come over to your decorations. Scroll down to structural adornments. We're gonna grab a wall flag, whichever one you want. I'm gonna grab wall flag 3. Shrink it down. Place it right there, and we have a hand towel. A very illuminated hand towel. Over to furnishings again. We're going to scroll all the way down and grab a station billboard. Shrink that down. This will be our medicine cabinet. You can grab a floor containment 3 and shrink that down. A little plant in here. Looks nice. Alright, let's take a look at the bath now. I'm going to go over to decorations. I'm going to scroll down to the stone trough here. And this makes a very nice bathtub. I'm going to put this in the corner. Far into the corner as you like. Unfortunately, we're stuck with this color. Over to your vintage tap, we're gonna make this a bit bigger. You can put this right here, or you can actually shrink it down if you want it to look more like a drain. You can put it down here. So if you want it more like a drain, or you can put it here if you want your knobs to be a bit higher. Or you could even put it on this side for a more easy to reach feel. I've seen this done in modern tubs. I'll just keep it on this side. I'll go a little smaller, just kind of in the middle as a compromise. You can come over here to center it. And then for a shower, we can take the vintage cooking pan and put it up here. It could be like a rain kind of shower. This is the easiest way to do it. You know what? Let's do a ceiling. Let's go ahead and copy one of these. How high up into the ceiling can we go? Shrink this down a bit. Might have to do ceiling tiles. Place it just right. It doesn't take up too much space. Is that good? Oh, that's very good. Yeah, so if you stick these up in the ceiling just right, they don't fold down into your room a whole lot. There we go. Works better on the sides. I can't really do so much in the middle here. It becomes too chunky. Might be able to run it in a little bit right here. Like this. Not so much. Oh, wait. Nope. Haha. Put it barely in here. It's about as good as it's gonna get. But it looks nice. It looks nice. And we still have our fire safety thing exposed. A little nozzle. So now, if I wanted to put up a shower head, you could even take the vintage tap. Actually, if you take a cooking pan and flip it around, it sticks to every surface. So you can place it like right here, and then you can place things on top of it. It's like this vintage tap I can take and I can turn it like so. Now I can take the cooking pan, shrink it down a bit, bam, shower head. Well, it's not exactly connected. It's magnetic. It's quantum locking. But we don't have to use this part. We could use any part. I could even take the potted plant here, have it stick up into the ceiling so the plant part's not exposed anymore. Bam. That could be like a tank. And that could take like the... Here, let's take a cooking pan, flip it around. Oh my god, just turn. Turn it like this. You can place objects on top of it, like that. Like we could take the teapot, turn it like that. We can turn it like this, kind of shrink it down a bit, and that could be like a shower head right there. You could even stick a little tumbler on there, and then it can really look like a shower head. Gonna need some privacy, so we'll put some drapes on here. Put it in there. There we go. You can grab a molded crate, put it right here on the end of the tub. This could be where your dirty towels go. Grab some rolled canvas piles. This will be our pile of laundry that we have to do. Or we could do that over here, a little further away, the tub. We could take a shelf. We can put all our fresh towels on this one. Just grab some rugs and stack them up like this. Do some rolled ones here too. Maybe a couple of pots up here of something. The oil burner going. Some nice scent going in here. Let's grab a shelf panel, shrink it down a bit. We can put this inside the shower. Nice and centered. We can put some stuff on this shelf. Grab a gas canister, spark plug, you know, little things. You can have some of these stand up. They can be like bottles of stuff. There we go. It's your flasks. I have your various bottles of stuff in various sizes. You can get some jars. Slot crate can get pretty small. That doesn't really fit, but you know, it's good enough. You can put a cup in here, maybe a small box. What's in the small box? Who knows? But there's 2 of them. Got a capsule here. This tall cabinet gets pretty small. If you want to fit something like that on your shelf, maybe a little oscilloscope. And then for the shower controls, we could do like a little screen. That's the easy way to do it. Place it just like that. Or if you want to go a more traditional route, grab a vintage cooking pan, flip that bad boy around, shrink it down, get nice and centered. Centered as you like. Grab a vintage teapot. We're going to shrink this down and then turn it just a bit. And there you go, you have a handle. Probably shrink this down a bit more actually. Put it right there. I'll put the teapot right there on top, just like that. Now we have a proper shower handle like this. I'm just going to split it up a bit more. But I think we have enough stuff on the shelf. Okay. And then if you want to do like a standing shower, you could take these panels and you can put them, you can arrange them in a way and then use the shower model here, or you can come up with a design of your own that's kind of like this if you just want to take inspiration. Do it however you like. Now for the main event, grab a server, shrink it down a bit. Then we're going to stick it into the wall here, right about there. Then we're going to grab a secure archive, shrink it down, place it right about here. Then grab an armchair, and turn that around, place it right in here. We're going to line it up with this line right here. I'm actually going to take this, I'm going to shrink it down a bit more. Well, not all the way. Well, here, let's make the server a bit smaller. Right about there. Then we can place the secure archive on top of it. Grab an armchair, flip it around. That's a little too small. So I'll take the server, make it a bit bigger. Just a bit. Place it here. Secure archive. I'm gonna make this a bit bigger too. Probably shouldn't. Let's make this smaller. You know, readjust your sizes till you get it just right. Okay. I'm gonna place this right here, like so. And then I'm gonna recolor my, if I could get to the archive. Well, now I can't reach the archive to recolor it. All right, let's recolor the archive first. We're gonna go, damn. All right, we're gonna go blue and white, and grab an armchair. Place it just inside like this, with the little cushion on the bottom sticking out. Then we'll recolor the chair blue and white just to match. This is really the closest we can get to like a white toilet, but I digress. Grab a 0 decal, and we're gonna put this, gonna shrink it down a bit, place it right here. Maybe I'll make it a bit bigger. Yeah, right there's good. That ought to do the trick. All right, and now we have a toilet, but the decal only really appears when you get closer, so it's a nanite toilet. You know, we call it the nano toilet, made of nanites. Toilet seat appears when you get near. God damn, stupid mouse. Toilet seat appears when you get near. And if you want to go for a more like urinal style or a public bathroom, you could go over to decoration. You could take this wash trough, and this makes a pretty good urinal. Just place that there. You don't even have to add anything to it. Put like one of these taps on it if you wanted, but other than that, it wouldn't really bother. You might want to place the tap first though. Let's make this bigger, like that maybe. Yep, kind of like that. Shrink this down a bit more. Grab a wash trough, and then that would make for a good urinal. Don't forget to add a wall fan for ventilation. And up in the ceiling. Also grab a storage panel. Just take up all of this empty space right here, just like so. Maybe I'll move it over a bit, away from the shower. Yeah, kind of like that. But maybe a wall unit above the toilet, like so. There we go. That looks nice. Put a decal on my door. There we go. And that shows on both sides. So you only gotta place it once. How else can we spruce this up? Grab a small holographic display. We'll take C right here, actually. On the mirror. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. Just like that. Grab another shelf. Oh, that would block that in. You know, I think I like the idea of this being next to the tub better. I'll put my shelf over here instead. There we There we go. All sorts of ways you can arrange this room. I don't need this urinal. Matter of fact, I think that this would look better over here. This one right here, make it a little smaller. And the heavy duty shelf would look good in this area. Right here, we can keep like our cleaning supplies on it. Yeah, orbital storage right here. Briefcases, what's in those? I don't know, tissues, something. A couple floral canisters, air fresheners. Oh, and you know what we forgot on our toilet? Put it on this side. Right about there. Got a vintage teapot. This thing is doing everything today. Down real tiny. I want it there, but here, let's take this decal off. The decal makes everything get in the way. It gets in the way of everything, rather. Shrink my server down a bit. There we go. Now will it work? Yeah, just a bit smaller. Oh, that's why it's not working. I think it's because of the chair or something. Something's in the way. Let's make this a bit bigger. There we go. That looks better. Put it on the other side. I'd really rather have it on the other side. Yes, we can. Bam. Okay, delete and reassemble the toilet. There we go. Toilet reassembled. And we even have the flusher. We can flush now. Okay, this looks great. Yeah, we got the shower, we got the toilet, we got the sink, we got the mirror, we got all of our accessories. Yeah, so this is how I would do a bathroom generally. A smaller one like this. Oh, this is bigger than my bathroom. Yeah, maybe you want to put the ventilation above the toilet instead. Lots of options. But audio bad. I need to wipe my ass. Fear not. I have a solution for that too. Guess what? We're gonna grab a server, shrink it down, shrink it all the way down, and then turn it on its side. Very, very sideways. Turn it this way. We're gonna place it here. Just kidding. Stack it on top. Right. Stack it on top right there. Partway into the countertop. Delete that. Over to your decorations. We're gonna grab an oversized spool, shrink that down, and then turn that on its side. Shrink down a bit more, yeah, all the way down. Place, and then we're gonna have this kind of just sticking out a little bit right there. Delete the bottom one, and voila, you've got wiping cable. Good old wiping cable. You can make your server a bit bigger. It might look better with the server a bit bigger. I'm gonna readjust this without you looking. There we go, that looks nice. All right, we got our wiping cable now. So yeah, this is generally how I do a small bathroom like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget the bath mats. One by the toilet. Got a little pee-pee in it. One in front of the sink too. All right, you ready for that power shot? If you really enjoyed my video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.